Hello guys, and welcome to, my, who wins, I guess we'll call it college football pick'em, I guess. It's kind of what it is. But anyway, yeah, so I have my cheat sheet here of all the games. I put them all down and wrote who I think's going to win, so I will share those. First game, I just wrote them down in order based on, like, what they had on ESPN's thing. So we have Clemson and Boston College. Boston College is a better team than they were last year. I mean, they're 3-2, something like that. They're a better team than they were. So, but I don't think they beat Clemson. Deshaun Watson, too good. Boise State, New Mexico. Boise State, really, unless it's another Power 5 team, you don't really pick against Boise State that often. It's a little factoid. Okay, Texas, Oklahoma. This one was tough because it's just, it's like, Texas has had an up and down year for sure, but at the same point, so has Oklahoma. Well, more downs than ups, but you know, they're 2-2, so they're still not that bad. Even though I think they're a better team than maybe their record states and maybe their non-ranking states, but still. Okay, I picked Oklahoma in this game. I think that they'll rebound and finally beat a ranked team. Texas being, I think, like 23 or something like that. But I think they'll finally recover and beat them. Next one is Houston and Navy. I'm going to have to go Houston. I think it'll be a little bit closer than maybe you'd think. But at the same point, I don't see Houston losing a game this year until maybe that Louisville game. Next is Tennessee and Texas A&M. This one took a lot of debating. It was tough, Trevor Knight's just a good quarterback, so was Dodd, so it was like, who do I pick? But I mean, I looked at it and I'm like, I think Tennessee has this year, been the team that has taken advantage of every, they'll get down early, but after that, they will take advantage of every mistake you make. And I think that's a very key thing in a football team, especially down the stretch of a game, because momentum can shift so quickly. Especially late in the game. Like, you can score 30 points in, at 3 quarters and dominate, but if the other team catches enough momentum, they can catch up within 3 minutes. I mean, Houston Pitt game a few years ago, and I forget what bowl it was, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just one of those things that and I think Tennessee can come back from a deficit if they can continue to take advantage, and I think Tennessee can win this game, but I think it'll be a close game, and I could see it going either way. I just picked Tennessee because they have to make a pick. Next one is Virginia Tech and North Carolina. I just went with North Carolina. That was another toss-up, and then I just picked North Carolina because they were home, but I would not be shocked at all if the Hokies pull it out. Anyway, Indiana and Ohio State. I think this one will be a lot closer than I think than the spread, which I think is like 28. I see Indiana playing a better game than their only losses to a pretty good is to Wake Forest this year, so it's not that bad. And I think they're the only team I saw the other day. They're the only team in Division One not to draw the FBS not to drop a pass this year, which is incredible. But I mean, that doesn't really get you much wise other than every time you throw the ball to the receiver and it touches his hands, he catches it, which is very. I guess I'd say it's a pretty good trait to have on a team, but. I still think it won't be enough to overcome the Buckeyes, but look for that game to only come down to a late possession or, it's a 14-point game. It won't be the 28-point spread, I don't believe. I mean, it could be. Ohio State could take it seriously. It could take it very seriously. And that's the other thing is that Ohio State has Wisconsin after that. So it could be a look-ahead game. Next we have Colorado and USC. You know what? No, wait, I think they have their bye week this week. Wisconsin. Anyway, Colorado and USC. Wait a minute. I wonder if. Oh well, I'll look it up later. Colorado, USC. I'll just add it in if I see it later. I was thinking Wisconsin has a game, but I didn't write it down. I'll have to look it up. I don't think maybe this is their bye week. Yeah, because I think they had they already took a bye week, but Georgia State. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so where was I? Colorado and USC. I don't get why I don't get why USC is technically favored to win this game. Colorado's 3-4-1, something like that. And it's not like they've played easy. It's like they beat they didn't beat Oregon, but I think they actually did. Oh. But they played tough against Michigan. They've played tough against some other teams. It's just like, I don't know. They're ranked, but it's like, when are they finally going to get the respect they deserve that, yeah, they're actually a good team? I don't know, maybe USC will beat them and I'll look like an idiot, but it wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, I think Colorado will win that game. I think USC is overrated this year. I think they just didn't have enough to be the team that I think everybody kind of thought they would be, but... Oh. Next one is Alabama and Arkansas. Alabama. I just don't see Alabama losing until maybe the college football, because the thing is, Alabama plays a loaded schedule, but the point is that they are so good, that schedule. It's like, evens them out with other teams in a way, which probably shouldn't happen, but I don't see any way that Alabama misses out on the playoff, let's put it that way. Next one is Michigan and Rutgers. Yeah, Michigan. Rutgers was a better team. I mean, they got smashed last week against Ohio State, but that happens to a lot of teams. But I think Michigan will end up pulling that one or win that game. I mean, I don't think it'll be close. I think Michigan's gonna go in there ready to take care of business. Next one's Washington, Oregon. Washington, they're just on a roll. Let's put it that way. And I don't see it ending in Eugene. Oregon's not as good as they usually are either. So that's. They already have like 2 or 3 losses, so they're just not as good as they usually are. And Washington is having one of their best seasons ever. So next one, Florida State and Miami. One of the few games, I think the only game in Florida is still going on this weekend. I'm gonna have to go with Miami at home. I think they'll be able to beat Florida State. Florida State, I think, again, has some growing to do. I don't think this is the game they finally grow up in. I think Miami is a better team. I don't know how mature, I didn't look at the roster, but I think they're the better team in this case. I think Miami could, honestly, I think they're in the opposite division. I think you're going to see a Miami-Clemson ACC championship. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, Utah and Arizona. I got Utah. Arizona just isn't, but always watch out, I guess, though, because Arizona has a history of beating ranked teams like that. But I don't think Arizona has necessarily is the team that they were a few years ago that beat Oregon and everything. So next one, Washington State and Stanford. This is kind of like I guess my only upset I really had, kind of. I think Washington State is one of those teams that early in the year they have to find themselves. Like, they'll lose 2 games, a game they really shouldn't, Eastern Washington. Lose a game against a pretty decent team, Boise State, and then all of a sudden they'll rattle off a bunch of wins in a row against teams that are ranked or that you perceive as better than them, and you're like, what's going on here? But I shouldn't say really decent Boise, really good team, Boise State. But anyway, if they can get their offense moving, they can beat anybody. I mean, it's been proven. I mean, with Mike Leach, that's. Anyway, this has been college football pick 'em. Oh yeah, LSU and Florida got canceled, so I put a little post on there. Anyway, I guess that's a bit of information, which means we probably won't see the Purdue transfers face off now. What a sad day. Not joking. Anyway, this has been Tyler with College Football Pick'em, and I'll see you next time.